When people are feeling deeply safe inside, safe to be themselves, to be authentic, then they're in their forebrain. And they're usually pretty awesome to be around because people in general, when they're not sensing danger, are freaking awesome. People right now are living in their rear brains more than they have in generations. That's why so many people seem crazy, bad, or stupid right now. Human beings didn't suddenly become horrible. That's not what's happening right now. Does it seem like people in society have gone crazy? That they won't listen to reason? They're acting horribly, and it's just getting worse and worse? If you feel surrounded by enemies right now, you're not alone, but the most powerful thing you can do is understand why people are acting that way. Because knowledge is power, especially when it comes to people who are trying to hurt us. I want to share an explanation with you that's grounded in science, but it's being totally overlooked right now. People aren't acting bad, stupid, and crazy because they're actually bad, stupid, and crazy. They're acting that way because human beings have two brains with two totally different jobs. Our front brain is the one we like. It listens well to other people, empathizes with their suffering, and thinks intelligently about ways to help them. That's the part of the brain we're always trying to talk to, especially if they're hurting us. That's where our humanness lives. But people have a second brain in the back with a totally opposite agenda. This is the part of the brain we usually have a problem with, because it's not trying to listen well to us, empathize, or understand. It can't. Its only job is to defend itself against other people and situations, to spot danger before it even starts, and either fight it, run away from it, or trick it by acting fake. The only thinking our rear brain can do is to apply one of two labels to everything: safe, unsafe, good, bad, friend, enemy. That's the only two things it knows. When people are feeling deeply safe inside, safe to be themselves, to be authentic, then they're in their forebrain. And they're usually pretty awesome to be around because people in general, when they're not sensing danger, are freaking awesome. Human beings are good, and they help each other like no other species on the planet. By the way, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing, and share it with others. Thank you. I appreciate that. But when people sense danger, or if they've been through a lot of dangerous situations in the past, if there's a disagreement with somebody about something that they find really important, or someone's disagreeing and bringing a ton of heat and anger at them, then their protective rear brain takes over and they start defending. They stop being able to see their own behavior because their rear brain forces them to put their attention everywhere else on anything that might be a threat. And in that state, they can't feel how their actions are affecting other people because to their rear brain, they're not attacking other people, they're defending against other people. And they won't be able to hear you when you try to tell them what they're doing, because to them, that feels like an attack. Their rear brain only understands friend or enemy. And if you're disagreeing with them about something, especially if you're bringing a lot of heat with it, guess which one you look like to them? It's almost impossible to reason with someone when they're in this state, because the rear brain doesn't really do logic and reasoning. It only does those three things: fight, run away, fake people out. Sociologists say that our society is more polarized now than it's been in 150 years, since right before the Civil War. That means people right now are living in their rear brains more than they have in generations. That's why so many people seem crazy, bad, or stupid right now. Friends, human beings didn't suddenly become horrible. That's not what's happening right now. They're just scared. They might appear stupid. They might be acting aggressively. They might seem really confused or crazy, because that's what fear looks like when the brain in the back is trying to control what the whole system is doing. And friends, there's a reason why this information is not being talked about, and that's because our rear brain doesn't want to hear it. Some of you right now listening to this are looking at me and hearing what I'm saying, and you're not trusting me. I'm looking like an enemy to you, aren't I? When I'm talking, the only thing your rear brain understands is he's trying to convince us to lower our guard in a dangerous place filled with horrible people who want to hurt us. Ellis is trying to trick us into becoming helpless. Don't trust him. He's the enemy. Ellis is bad, stupid, and crazy. It's okay. That is your rear brain trying to keep you safe. But I want your rear brain to know something. I'm not telling you to stop protecting yourselves. Notice that I never said that. I'm not telling you to just start blindly trusting everybody and to let everybody else make all the decisions for you. You do need strong boundaries. You do need to protect yourself from danger. But friends, the problem is that our rear brain can only label people two ways: friend or Hitler Antichrist. And if our protector system is really activated, it will label them Hitler Antichrist just because they see things a little differently than us. And they will really look that way. They will really sound that way. They will really feel that way. It will become obvious to our system that they are horrible, despicable, the source of all evil. Guys, that's not our intelligence at work. And that doesn't make us safe. Even our closest relationships fall apart if we become stuck in that state. Democracies fall apart too. So be careful of your rear brain trying to imagine me saying things that I'm not saying. What I recommend is stick only to what I've actually said, not what it tries to make it sound like I'm implying when I've never actually said it. Okay, so that's the situation. What can we actually do about it? First, we have to start with understanding what the actual problem is, and then we apply that knowledge first to the one place where we can make the most difference: ourselves. We have to start with finding our own way out of our rear brain and back into our front brain where our awesome humanness lives. We don't have to stop protecting ourselves and others, but we have to find the courage to become fully human again, so we can listen and empathize and actually reach the people who disagree with us. Because we've already tried yelling and outrage and anger, haven't we? And we've already seen that all that does is push them further back into their rear brain, where they become even more angry and attacking and defensive. We can't bully people into being good. That's just not the way the brain works. We have to come into our front brain if we want anyone else to come into theirs. We have to find the courage to become human again so we can show them how to do it. That's how we fight constructively instead of destructively. And you might object to this idea and say, some of these people can't be reached. You might be right. But that's something to strive for, to become so skillful at being human in the face of scared people that we're able to bring them back to their humanness. The other option only leads to increased polarization. All right, little snuggle muffin? Cheers.